So Andrea, do you ever wonder how you may compare to your peers as it relates to your retirement savings by your age?
Well, I never really thought about how it would compare to anyone else.
Well, that may be probably a big issue and a big problem in America, because many Americans do worry that they are not saving enough for their retirement savings, rightfully so, by the way, because most people really don't realize how much they really should be saving in order to reach their retirement goals. Well, in this short retirement education concept video today, what we hope to do is to highlight where you may sit as it pertains to the averages and what you may think about doing in order to make sure that you increase those averages in order to reach your retirement goals. So stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. Thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Concepts videos. These videos were created to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Yes, they were, Andrea, because with so many retirement concepts out there, so many retirement strategies, so many retirement products, it's really hard for consumers to digest it all. That is why we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a comprehensive roadmap that will let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Carson, today you are helping us to understand if we are normal when it comes to our retirement savings.
Yes, Andrea, because you should know where you sit as it pertains to your retirement goals. And a lot of times it really helps people to really see what everybody else is doing and see how they measure up. And so we are going to be talking about if you are actually in the normal ranges as other people your age, and if you should be doing more in order to reach your retirement goals. But before we do that, Andrew, there are always 2 rules to retirement income that we always want to give you. And what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money. And rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
All right, so let's go ahead and see if you are normal as it pertains to your retirement ambitions.
All right, Carson. So according to some studies that I've read, about half of Americans have no retirement savings at all.
Yep.
Okay. So I have a 2-part question here. Why is that the case? And if people are not in the normal range of retirement savings, how can they get back on track?
Yeah, Andrea, I wish I really had the absolute magical answer, because there's never really just one answer to those type of questions there. But I will say this, you know this, of course. I started my financial career at a company known as Northwestern Mutual. Now, we did a lot of insurance planning when we started out. And so I was actually looking at a study that was recently done by Northwestern Mutual. And here's an issue that I think that we can come upon here. This study from Northwestern Mutual states that around 71% of adults admit their financial planning needs improvement. 71% needs improvement. But here's the thing, only 29% of these same folks do not work with a financial advisor. I think that is one of the major issues when it comes to why people are not saving the right amount to reach their retirement goals, Andrew. So that is a big issue that we are going to have to solve. I think that's very disappointing, Andrew, that you have over 70% of individuals who says they need improvement with their financial planning needs, but are not willing to consult with a financial advisor. Especially when most studies show that when someone is working with a financial advisor, Andrew, they're actually at more ease when it comes to their retirement planning, and they are also able to spend about 15% more in retirement due to the fact that they are working with a financial advisor as well.
So Carson, why do you think people are not working with an advisor?
Andrew, that's a good question looking at this recent study here. But I think, in my humble opinion, I really do believe that there's probably 3 main reasons why people choose not to work with a financial advisor. The first reason, I do understand that it probably comes down to cost. It always comes down to the money, right? And so some people think that working with a financial advisor is going to be too costly. But what I want to make known to those of you who are watching this video today is that a recent study done by JP Morgan Chase noted that between 1998 and 2017, that the average returns for an individual investor that was doing it on their own was about 2.6%. During that same time, Andrea, the S&P 500 averaged over 7%. So you literally get what you pay for sometimes when you're trying to circumvent the cost of having intelligent advice, I would say fiduciary advice, from a financial advisor to help guide you and hold your hands and make sure that you're not jumping when you need to stay and that you're not staying when you actually need to be jumping. Unfortunately, when you're doing it yourself, you get too emotional. And obviously, when you get emotional, it's going to affect your thought process on how you continue to keep your money safe, sound, and in place according to what your goals are. So make sure you keep that in mind, that if you're thinking about costs, that may not be the first thing that you need to be considering when it comes to should you work with a financial advisor or not. So Andrew, there is another study that I would like to share with those who are watching today. There was a recent study by Vanguard that found that a $500,000 investment under the care of a financial advisor over a 25-year time frame would have actually accumulated to about $3.4 million, almost an 8% return on those dollars over that period of time. On the other hand, Andrea, that same $500,000 in the care of an individual doing it on their own would have equated to about $1.7 million. Only about a 5% return over that same 25 years. So you can see from these studies that it's critically important for those of you who are watching to maybe seek the professional advice of a financial advisor to help you not be behind on your retirement goals. And so the second reason why I think that people are not seeking the advice of a financial advisor, Andrew, is that it's just too much information out there, right? That's available to us. Information is literally ubiquitous, right? We can get information about financial planning, financial advice anywhere we look. But what ends up happening, unfortunately, when we are able to, as consumers, get all of that information, it can cause us to become overconfident in our abilities to actually do our own financial planning. And that's very unfortunate. And so what most people do with information, they study and they study and they try to consume so much that they end up with a condition that we have noted on this channel before, paralysis by analysis. You just stay in school. You never leave the desk. And unfortunately, while you're staying in school trying to do your planning, a financial advisor can actually have you graduated already and actually be doing the planning that you're studying on. So make sure that you don't get overconfident because there's so much information out there, because even with information, it's never going to be useful unless you understand how to purpose that information into an actual plan. And the third reason, Andrew, I believe that people are not willing sometimes to work with a financial advisor is the trust factor. The trust factor is huge, and I totally understand that, because we know that no matter what the industry is, there are always going to be bad apples, right? There are going to always be bad players in the industries, whether it's financial, it can be healthcare, technology. It really doesn't matter. There's always going to be people who ends up trying to spoil it for others who are actually operating in a fiduciary capacity. And so that's the thing that I definitely want to make sure that people understand. If you have anxiety from working with a financial advisor due to the trust factor, which is causing you to put your money under your mattress or in other safe vehicles that you should not have it in, then you must seek out a fiduciary financial advisor. That is someone who is legally and morally obligated to do what's in your best interest. So they have to do what's in your best interest. So that can absolutely help you get over the hump and maybe start working with a financial advisor who's going to do what's best for you for your long-term retirement goal.
Carson, thank you for that information. So considering those factors that you gave us about how people have reservations with working with an advisor, what should be their retirement goals and how can they get there?
Yeah, so if you are reserved about working with a financial advisor, Andrew, here should be your retirement goals. So most studies will show that by the time you reach the age of 30, a person should have saved maybe at least 1 year of their salary. So if you were making $40,000 by the time you reach to the age of 30, you should have at least $40,000 in savings. Now here's the other bar that you're going to have to cross. By the time you reach your retirement age, you should have somewhere between 9 to maybe even 11 times what your salary is. So let's just say you never have any increases, and we're talking about you're making $40,000. Well, Andrew, by the time you reach your retirement age, you should have somewhere between $400,000 or more saved up for your retirement according to your salary. So what I want to do, Andrew, is go ahead and put on the screen a recent Fidelity study showing what the average savings are by age for most Americans. So we can go ahead and put this on the screen so people can see this. So Andrew, as you can see, between the ages of 20 and 29, most Americans have saved about $15,000. Between the ages of 30 and 39, about a little over $50,000. Between the ages of 40 and 49, a little over $120,000. But in between the ages 50 and 59, a little over $200,000. And the magical age here that I want people to focus on is between the age of 60 and 69, where most Americans have saved a little over $229,000. So about $230,000, Andrea. That is the typical retirement age range right there, between 60 and 69. So Andrew, if you look at that age range and you look at what the average American has actually saved for retirement, you can see that they have sorely missed the mark. Because I would assume that most Americans are not making just a little over $20-some thousand in their retirement. If we say 10 times your earnings, most Americans are not making that. So obviously people are missing the mark when it comes to their retirement savings.
Okay, Carson, according to what you just said, it doesn't look like people are saving nearly enough. So what can he do?
Yeah, they're not, Andrea. I mean, that's what we talked about at the beginning of this video. Most Americans are not saving enough for retirement. One of the things that people can start doing immediately, one, you need to work with a financial advisor to help you understand how you can increase your contributions to your retirement savings. And of course, if you have a workplace plan like a 401k or 403b or 457b, you absolutely could have the ability to have free money into those retirement savings planned for you as well from your employer. So you have to make sure you take advantage of that first, making sure that you increase those retirement savings. And if you are getting the match from your employer, you can look outside of your 401k as well and look for things like a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, or maybe even open up a brokerage account, a taxable account, and start saving more dollars for your retirement savings and diversifying your overall saving habits. So that's one thing you should do. Another thing that I think is vitally important, I can't stress this enough, Andrew, you need to get a written retirement plan. Without a plan, you know what they say, right? If you don't have a plan, then what is your plan? Your plan is to fail. So if you have a written retirement plan, it can absolutely indicate what the roadmap may be for your savings. So make sure you speak with an advisor that can incorporate a financial plan for you, so you're not overwhelmed about what you should or should not be doing. And the absolute last thing that I would say that people must do, you have to get rid of the things that you don't need. Yes, you must do it, Andrew. You have to sometimes downsize. I've seen my clients do it. It's a magical thing. You don't even have to make more money. You can magically create more money just by downsizing and getting rid of things that you just don't need or can't afford. That big, huge home that you bought that you really are just not really living in, you're just trying to have a roof over your head, downsize it. Go ahead and utilize the money that you were paying for that huge home to maybe contribute towards your retirement savings. That's expensive car that you may have bought. You may want to get rid of it and get a normal car where you don't have that high car note, and then you can contribute those dollars into your retirement savings. That shopping spree, those expensive vacations that we love to go on, let's have some discipline in order to make sure that we can save more for retirement. I know it seems hard now, but after doing it just for a little while, you'll get used to living within your means, so you can actually have the confidence moving into your retirement years. It's so important.
Carson, thank you again for your insight. And thank you for watching. And if you felt this video was beneficial to you, please like and share this video with others.
So I really do hope that the information that we shared with you today was beneficial for you. Please understand that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and or attorney regarding your personal situation. Obviously, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these type of financial matters, we highly encourage you to click on the links provided in the description below and go ahead and schedule a free consultation with us today.
For more information about this topic or any other topics that we've shared in our other videos, please feel free to reach out to our office or leave any comments in the section below. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.